Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale, Cholo Trucker here, Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. Let me put the banner up. There we go. And coming a little bit with a little bit of a heavy heart, man, for my tag team partner, Pablo. My boy Paul. He's waiting beside his dad right now as we speak. What's up, Ruben? He's waiting beside his dad as we speak right now. His father is on his last breaths of life, so he will be going on to be with the Lord. If you guys are believers, if not, that's all right. But Paul definitely is, and he's just waiting for his father to check out and to go be with the Lord up above here shortly, man. So, Pablo, my heart goes out to you, brother. It's the one thing that's guaranteed in life, is it not? And the cycle will continue. But yeah, so just keep your thoughts on with Pablo, man, as he just watches his dad take up his final breaths. So anyway, man, let's go ahead and let's get into what's been going on in wrestling. Yeah, Ruben, for sure, man. Um, Look, man, they are looking to really stack this crown jewel card as they should, as they always do, right? One of the matches, I'm gonna tell you guys this, man. One of the matches that's really not blowing my socks off, and I want to go ahead and test your guys' temperature on this one, okay? The Drew McIntyre versus the Monday Night Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins. Now, I don't know if it's just Drew McIntyre who's really not knocking my socks off. I'm not really sure what they're looking to do with him. Okay, word came down a while back, not too long ago, but that they're looking to repackage him. I don't really see much repackaging. I see a little bit of a attitude adjustment. Shout outs to John Cena, the AA. Um, but not too much of really repackaging. You know, when I think of repackaging, I see, somebody who completely change up their attire. Maybe their ring entrance, their song, all that good stuff, right? Maybe even a whole new hairdo. But Drew McIntyre, for me, still looks like Drew McIntyre. There was just the whole thing about like, hey man, how come you don't jump in to help so and so while the game beat up? But to me, that was always kind of silly. I was just like, what does this mean? Okay, is he a heel or not? I'm still kind of on a teeter totter here, Holmes. Is he a heel or is he a face? Is he being repackaged as, a Randy Orton where you're never really a face, you're never really a heel, you just are. I'll throw the queen, Charlotte Flair, in there, right? She's never really a heel. I mean, at times, you could go ahead and say, like, oh, in this certain match, she's a heel. In this certain match, she's a face. But for the most part, overall, there are certain characters that are never really heels, never really faces. They're just there. And I'm not sure if that's what they're looking to do with Drew McIntyre. I don't know why they had to put it out there that, hey, they're going to repackage him and he's going to come out like a new character, because this isn't really that much of a new character. He was a face, and now it's just a little confusing on where he lands. I don't know where he lands. Then I don't know. Maybe that's what they have in mind, right? Maybe that's what they have in mind. It's like, hey, well, we just kind of want to confuse everybody. Okay, should we cheer for him? Should we hate him? Should we boo him? What, maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe this is the beginning of the repackaging, because what's really going to come out is going to be at Crown Jewel when he has this match against Seth freaking Rollins. Maybe that is we're going to find out where Drew McIntyre is really going, what they're really trying to do with Drew McIntyre. Now, we all know he re-signed. A while back, there was talks about Drew McIntyre possibly leaving. I was one of the few that said, you got to keep this guy. I'm not super high on Drew, but I'm high enough on him. He definitely needs to be in the WWE. As far as him being the guy, does anybody really think that he can be one to, I guess I would put it, finger quotes, dethrone Seth freaking Rollins? Definitely not in the level to dethrone the tribal chief, but to dethrone Seth Rollins, yeah, maybe. This whole storyline, is growing bigger and bigger and bigger as I'm waiting for this storyline to come full circle. The circle just keeps getting bigger. So it's taking a lot longer for it to come full circle as you start throwing more names into this storyline where I don't know where it's going now. You got the Judgment Day. You got all their little hands all up in the mix. You got mommy over there talking to Seth freaking Rollins, talking about, hey, we could be insurance. Damian Priest over there with the briefcase. Which, by the way, let me just go ahead and applaud. I got to give it, man. Definitely got to give it to Damian Priest. A guy that nobody really even cared about. A guy who was well below anybody's radar. Even getting into the Judgment Day, people were looking at him like, wow, this is kind of like the lower the tier. This guy now has really grown for me to where I truly believe in him now to cash in Senor Money in the Bank at some point. Maybe not quite yet. Okay, I'm not getting ahead of myself here. Maybe not quite yet, but if he keeps going down this route and he keeps on growing, I do believe that he can cash in Senor Money in the Bank and be the guy at least for a little while. Judgment Day got a lot of gold on them right now, man. They got the tag team champions in Damian and Finn Balor. Mommy got her strap. And you got Dirty Dom, who, as Logan Paul said, he is the champion of a whole continent. Love it. I love it. I love it, man. The Judgment Day. Hey, man, they got their hands all over some gold, man. Good, good stuff. So, just to finish up a little bit with Drew McIntyre, it's one of the storylines that I'm not really feeling where he's fitting in because I'm not really sure where's he going with his attitude. Or is it just that, hey, he's going to join the Judgment Day? Could that be it? There's hints on that. Do you guys think he can join the Judgment Day? And what would that do for Drew McIntyre? Would that add more stock to him? Does he not need the Judgment Day? Look, there are some people that believe that Drew McIntyre's, he's kind of faded off. He doesn't really have that star power anymore. And if you were to ask me, I think there was a small window there where he was pretty damn popular. That small window where he eliminated Brock Lesnar, right? He had that window right there where I thought he was as relevant as he could possibly be. Do I still think he's relevant today? Yes, but not that he was in that window at that time. What's up, Bessa Benny? Shots to you out there in the box state, homie. So, look, I like Drew. I do, man. And I'm glad he's staying with the WWE. He does add something to the roster. So I do like Drew McIntyre. Do I believe he goes off and becomes the champion, beating Seth freaking Rollins at Crown Jewel? Look, if that does happen, I think immediately Senor Money in the Bank cashes in on it. But we shall see because, if you guys watch Monday Night Raw, a new match was just announced for Crown Jewel. And that was the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus Senor Money in the Bank. Now, that match to me does very little for me. But as time goes on, I'm sure they're going to add some sort of stipulations to that match. Just having a one-on-one match with those two guys, that's a match that you could just watch on Monday Night Raw. I'm sure they're going to add something to it, pinfalls count anywhere or, something. But I just don't think that match just stays as is. Just a straight up one-on-one wrestling match, and that's it. That's what you're going to do at a Crown Jewel pay-per-view event. So I'm sure as the week goes in, we'll find out, man, what the what's added. And look, if nothing's added to it, then hey, so be it. Little bit of a weak move, but no, man. Crown Jewel, how they do it over there. No, man, they do it big. They do it really, really big. So there's got to be something in that match. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. The reason why that match doesn't do too much for me, but it's still interesting at the same time. What's up, Raider Rich? Is because the Judgment Day. That is it. That is it, man. Outside of it, that match doesn't do much for me. But Judgment Day. Judgment Day makes everything much, much more interesting. And they are everywhere. NXT, SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, shaking hands with the Bloodline. Main event, Jey Uso getting super kicked on the apron, right? Losing the tag team titles, which I'm not even really sure what the point was for Cody and main event Jay to win the straps, but no, oh well. But I really, really love the Judgment Day and what they're doing with the Judgment Day. Badass, man. Badass. And now we could clearly see who the leader of Judgment Day is, and that is Mommy. She is leading the pack as she finds her way to Crown Jewel in a fatal 5-way match. Obviously, everybody's looking at Nia Jax. Why? Because if you guys tuned in to Monday Night Raw, you were able to see who the most dominant force is in there. Still trying to build up Raquel Rodriguez. It's the contract signing where they all came in. They all signed it real quick, except for Nia Jax. She was asking where Mommy's at. Mommy comes out. She gives a little piece, does a little promo, but does not step in the ring. Nia Jax has a little girl annoying moment. Nonetheless, she did what basically Rhea Ripley wanted her to do and looked damn powerful doing it. The only one that really stood up to her and gave her that challenge was Raquel Rodriguez, a girl that they're still trying to build up. Shayna Baszler was always, the baddest girl, whatever. I mean, she basically took over for Ronda Rousey, right? The baddest woman on the planet. But her stardom has actually gone down. Tegan Knox, she's there. Or I'm sorry, Tegan Knox. I always get them confused. Zoe Stark is there. Just I'm not really sure. Mommy right now is way, way, way too damn hot to lose that strap, man. That's for damn sure. And if she does lose it, the only one I could see her losing, the only one that I can see her dropping the strap to is to Nia Jax. Not to say that she should. I think she should remain champion all the way to WrestleMania. Hang on, I gotta plug this in. All right, we're good. But yeah, I think she should remain champion all the way to WrestleMania. She won it at Mania. She could take it all the way to Mania. So, and by the way, man, at that time, not really sure everything is gonna be going on, but at that time, have a rematch against Charlotte Flair. Have a rematch with Charlotte Flair. You got from now till then to start cutting through these storylines and find a path to get those two ladies in the ring again for a WrestleMania main event rematch, which should have been the main event at night 1. And it wasn't. But Yeah, instead, the main event for night one at WrestleMania was freaking the Usos versus KO and Sami Zayn, who are no longer a tag team. I never really saw them as a true tag team. You know who's got real tag teams, junkies? You guys know I love tag team wrestling, man. But you know who's got some real actual tag teams? NXT. NXT has actual tag teams. You know, the main roster, the tag teams is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. I mean, Alpha Academy is an actual tag team. I don't know what Tozawa's doing there. But in that case, man, I think Shorty G, Gable, should actually go off on his own, man. I think, look, Otis, I think, is actually really holding him back. Chad Gable can do so much better on his own, away from Otis and that chick who brings nothing to the table. Dog, I do not even know her name. She brings nothing to the table. I rarely hear her talk. She never really interferes. She doesn't do anything. Let me see. Coach, so we do at times with panels. He don't do streams. Does Streamlabs or Discord on his YouTube. Okay, I think I heard of him. Think I've heard of him. Yeah, I check out quite a few different channels. There's some good ones. There's some bad ones, but no, there's some really good ones too, man. But getting back to it with all the storylines that are coming through now as we fast forward to SmackDown. Well, you know, just to finish up on the tag teams, right? I mean, if you go back in the day with the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs and Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, Powers of Pain, the Rockers, Demolition, all those, you know, real actual tag teams. Those were the great days, man, of real actual tag teams. And now it's just like you just get any random two dudes, throw them together, and then oh man, they become tag team champions. Like, nah, chale, what the heck is this? I thought it was dumb. Serio, man. I thought it was just silly that Jay and Cody were the tag team champions. I thought it was silly that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were tag team champions. Like the only actual tag teams today that I can really think of. Well, it's not the Usos anymore. They're broken up. How you doing, Vanessa? The Mega Powers. You know what's crazy about that, Raider Rich, is according to my research, the Mega Powers only had 3 matches, but they will go down in history. They will definitely go down in history, man. But apparently, looks like they only really had 3 matches. But yeah, outside of that, man, it's like you're just getting 2 dudes, 2 random guys, you put them together, they each have their own, you know, ring entrance music. It's like, okay, it's the tag team field is not there anymore. New Day, they're still around, they're still doing their thing. I think they've lost a lot of steam. I think they're a little bit boring. But where you actually have real tag teams is in NXT. So again, Alpha Academy, that's cool. That's fine. Yes, I guess they're an actual tag team, but man, Chad Gable needs to go off solo, man. He needs to do his thing on his own, man. He's really being held back by being a part of that, you know, I guess tag team. It's a trio, I guess, now since Tozawa's there. And I don't even know Homegirl's name, man. She doesn't do anything. But no, Chad Gable could go off on his own. And in my opinion, he should probably be the one to dethrone Gunther. Somebody, look, at some point, Gunther's going to lose. Now it does matter to me. I've said this before. It didn't matter to me before who beat Gunther. I just wanted Gunther to lose. I didn't want him to be Intercontinental Champion. How you doing, JM? I didn't want him to be Intercontinental Champion. But now that he has surpassed the Honky Tonk Man, now it does matter to me who beats him. And I think Chad Gable could be a good Intercontinental Champion, man. I think he can. Mick Foley were a tag team. Oh, you're talking about Rock and Sock. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, man. They were Rock and Sock. We need a tag team like the Bushwhackers. See, exactly. Look, Ruben, see, you're talking about actual tag teams. Instead of just putting just two dudes just together and then become tag team champions, and they both have their own entrance music and they don't even have a finisher maneuver together. And it's just like, stop doing this and calling it tag team. All right, bring back actual tag team wrestling. I love tag team wrestling, man. But not like this. You know, it took me a while for me to warm up to the Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. But eventually they did their own, they stuck with it. And yeah, it made me believe, okay, these guys are an actual tag team. Cool. Probably not a traditional tag team, but they were much more of a tag team than what we see today. But anyway, man, as we fast forward to SmackDown, coming up what we got on SmackDown this coming Friday, the big contract signing between LA Knight, yeah, and your tribal chief. Joe Santana, Rick Martel were tag team back in the day. That's right. That's right. They were. And then they broke up when they went their separate ways, man. Rick the Model Martel coming out, spraying perfume and all over himself. Oh, good times. Good times, man. Arriba. Look, I love LA Knight. I do. He is probably the hottest thing right now. All right. He is red hot right now. You're giving him this title shot. People have been asking for it, except for myself. I haven't really been asking for it. I was asking for him to go and dethrone Gunther because I thought that was actually a chance for him to get a strap around him. But since you're sending him against the tribal chief Roman Reigns, I'm telling you guys right now, he's not going to beat him. If he does beat him, I'll come back and I'll say I was wrong. By the way, I want him to win. And this is me talking, Holmes. You guys know. I am loyal to my tribal chief. You guys know I acknowledge my tribal chief. Let's all take a moment right now and acknowledge our tribal chief. We acknowledge you, our tribal chief. But honestly, man, I'll be real. because it's LA Knight, I do want LA Knight to win. Would I put money that he wins? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I think that's going to be the beginning of burying LA Knight. For one reason or another, rumors keep on coming out that Triple H has it in for LA Knight. Okay, that he doesn't like him. He doesn't like the fact that he's over right now. So he's probably going to try to bury him. Now, you can't bury the fact that he's over. You can't bury the fact that every time he comes out, everybody cheers and chants and everything. So, okay, just throw him in the main event right away. Well, not right away, but throw him in this match. Give him his big time shot. He loses, and then you could start burying him. Hopefully, that's not what takes place. That was a different time, brother. That was a different time. I loved it. Oh, I loved it, man. I loved it. The flying tamale. Oh, it was good times, man. Good times. Hunter never liked anybody. Look, I don't know about that, but hey, man, I mean, it just keeps on pouring out that for whatever reason, him and LA Knight just keep bumping heads. He has heat with them. So I think he's give him this shot just so he could be like, okay, cool. You know what? The fans loved him. The fans got him here, which actually backfired, right? It backfired because in reality, they're trying to bring up LA Knight was actually just supposed to be a jobber for Bray Wyatt. May he rest in peace. And it actually backfired. It actually brought up LA Knight. They didn't mean to do that, but that's what happened. So now LA Knight's going to get his shot, which again, I wanted him to beat Gunther because I thought that was going to be a nice, good process for him to become the guy. But they're going to throw him in there against Roman Reigns. I really don't think he gets the strap off Roman Reigns. I really don't think that storyline goes past Crown Jewel for the most part. He'll probably start beefing with, Solo Sikoa or Jimmy. But this storyline with the bloodline with Jimmy going after Jay, you got to wait for WrestleMania for those two guys to go at it. You got to wait for WrestleMania. I don't like that they keep on throwing one after the other going to the separate show. But, oh, well, man. I get it. You got to build a story, but, man, we are still quite a ways from WrestleMania. So I'm gonna say that match is probably gonna happen at Survivor Series, Jimmy versus Jay. I think that's where it happens because that's where they start doing the whole crossover thing, Raw versus SmackDown. But we'll see what happens with that, man. And LA Knight, I mean, the contract signing, it's gonna be must watch television. It's gonna be must watch TV, man. LA Knight. Congrats to him, man. For as long as it's lived for him to be, the hottest star, hey, man, live it up, man. But I want to go ahead and throw this out there this Saturday. Nice little indie show, man. I'm most likely going to be there. EWF is going to be out in the city of Covina. Show starts at 4 p.m. Now, I've been to this show before when they do it there in Covina at the brewery. It's outdoors. It's badass. It's fun. You're not cooped up inside. It's very roomy. So it'll be cool, man. Most likely I'll be there. But yeah, man, 692 Arrow Grand Circle in Covina, city of Covina, man, this Saturday, October 28th. You guys can just go to Hold on, I just lost it. Here we go. www.empirewrestlingfederation.com or call area code 626-470-7897. And they'll give you guys all the info on that. I went ahead and post the poster on the community page as well. So, but it should be fun. Most likely, like I said, I will be there, man. And then the weekend after that, we got Crown Jewel as we keep on marching down, man. But yeah, it should be fun. Can't wait to go to that. Been having quite the heck of weekends, man. Busy doing this, busy doing that, but it's been a lot of fun. But anyway, junkies, I'm gonna go ahead tap up out of here, man. Just want to come on. I know I didn't go live yesterday. Usually I do it every time before Monday Night Raw. I wasn't able to, and just want to come on here, chop it up with other junkies, man. Talk about a little bit of wrestling, what's been going on out there. So we'll see what happens. And NXT, man, I'll tell you guys this: NXT is really, really growing. I mean, they're having championship matches on the main roster to pique more interest to NXT, and it's working. It's getting me all up in the storylines. So, man, I'm invested in NXT as well, man. And by the way, they're doing things in NXT that you're not seeing on the main roster. They're, taking off the handcuffs. They're letting the wrestlers get away with a lot more on NXT. So if you guys want to see a little bit more like old school, a little bit more ECW kind of like, not to that extent, but go check out NXT, man. Badass. But yeah, I will be back on later on in the week, man. Just go ahead, chop it up with you guys, and I will catch you guys then, man. Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shout out to all the junkies. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Take this home and I'll take off.